Hello everyone. Welcome to Speak English Easily 24/7. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get new English tips every day. This podcast is a place where you can practice English and learn something useful about life at the same time. My name is Jara, and I'm very happy that you are here with me today. No matter where you are right now, maybe you are walking outside, cooking in your kitchen, sitting at home, or just lying down and relaxing, I want to say thank you for choosing to listen to this podcast. You have many things you could be doing, but you decided to spend this time with me. That means a lot to me. I also want to say a big thank you for all your support. Many of you send me kind messages, comments, and feedback. When I read those messages, I feel very encouraged and happy. It shows me that this podcast is not only helping you learn English, but it is also helping you in your life, your studies, and your motivation. That is why I keep making these episodes because of you. Now, today's episode is about something very important. It is about an idea that can change how you see your life. It can help you with your career, your studies, your personal goals, and even your relationships with other people. The topic today is the psychology of winners. To say it simply, it is about how successful people think. Have you ever wondered why some people keep going forward even when life is very hard? Why do some people stay positive even after they fail many times? Why do some people always find a way to learn and grow while others stop and give up too soon? The answer is not just in what they do, but in how they think. Their success starts inside their mind. But before we talk more about that, let's ask an important question. What does it really mean to be a winner? When we hear the word winner, many of us think about someone who wins a race, a competition, or a game. Maybe we imagine a person who is number one, someone with the highest score, or someone who gets a medal or a trophy. But being a winner is not only about winning a game or a prize. It is much more than that. Being a winner means having a special way of thinking and acting that helps you reach your goals, no matter what challenges come your way. A winner is someone who does not give up easily. Even when things are hard or when they fail, winners keep trying. They learn from their mistakes. They stay positive and believe that they can improve. Winners also work hard. They practice and prepare so they can do their best. They set clear goals and make plans to achieve them. Most importantly, winners believe in themselves. They know that they are capable of great things, even if it takes time. So, today we will learn about the thoughts and habits of winners. We will see how you can think like a winner so you can reach your own success in life. Are you ready to start? Let's go. When we hear the word successful, many of us think about people who have a lot of money, a big job, a fancy car, or a beautiful house. But success is not only about those things. In this podcast, we are going to talk about a different kind of success, one that is deeper and more meaningful than money or trophies. A true winner is not just someone who wins competitions or gets prizes. A true winner is someone who does not stop when life gets hard. A winner is someone who keeps learning, keeps improving, and keeps moving forward, step by step, no matter what. For example, think about a student who studies every day even when it feels difficult or boring. That student is a winner. Or a parent who works very hard to give their children a better future. That parent is a winner too. Think about a person who fails many times but does not give up. That person tries again and again until they succeed, and that makes them a winner. Even someone who chooses to be kind and caring in a world that is sometimes unkind, that person is a winner as well. So, in today's episode, we will talk about how winners think. How do they see problems? What do they do when they fail? What kind of habits do they build? And how do they stay strong inside even when things around them are difficult? By the end of this episode, you will understand how successful people think about problems and challenges. You will learn how they turn failure into learning. You will discover how they build habits that make them strong. And most importantly, you will find out how you can start thinking like them in your own life. Don't worry. I will give you simple and practical tips that you can use right away. You do not have to change everything at once. You can start little by little in your own way. And of course, as you listen, you will also improve your English listening skills. So, are you ready? Take a deep breath with me. Let's begin this journey into the minds of successful people. Let's discover how winners think and how you can become one too. Success is not the same for everyone. In fact, success means different things to different people. What feels like success to one person may not feel the same to another. For example, for one person, success might mean having a good job and earning a steady income. For another person, success might mean being happy with their family or making friends. For someone else, success might be about learning new things or helping others. So, before you decide what success means for you, it is important to think about what really matters in your life. What are your dreams? What do you want to feel proud of? What kind of person do you want to be? When you answer these questions, you will find your own meaning of success. And that will help you become a true winner in your own way. In this episode, we will focus on the way successful people think and act. Their mindset is what makes the difference. Successful people understand that life is not always easy. They know that failure and problems are part of the journey. But instead of giving up, they choose to see problems as chances to learn and grow. When they fail, they don't see it as the end. They see it as a lesson. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? This attitude helps them keep moving forward. Also, winners build habits that support their goals. Habits are small actions we do every day without thinking too much about them. For example, if you want to get better at English, practicing a little bit every day is a good habit. Winners make sure their habits are positive and helpful. They plan their day, they stay organized, and they take care of their health and mind. These habits give them the strength to face challenges. Finally, winners believe in themselves. They trust that they can improve and succeed if they keep trying. This belief gives them courage and hope. So, in today's episode, you will learn simple ways to think and act like a winner. You will see how to stay strong inside, even when things outside are difficult. And remember, success is your own journey. You can choose your own path and your own meaning of winning. Thank you for listening and joining me today. Let's continue this journey together and become winners in our own lives. Success means different things to different people. For one person, success might mean building a big company that grows very large. For another person, success could be learning how to speak English confidently. For someone else, success might be raising a happy family, staying healthy, or helping people in their community. All of these are good. All of these are real examples of success. That is why we should never compare our lives to other people's lives. Your life is your own. Your path is your own. And your success is not smaller or less important just because it looks different from someone else's success. Let me share a few simple stories to make this idea clear. First story. Imagine a man who grows up in a small village. He doesn't have much money and he doesn't have many chances or opportunities. But he works very hard. He learns new skills. He starts a small shop in his village. For many years, life is difficult for him. But he never gives up. Slowly, step by step, he improves his life. Finally, he becomes the first person in his village to send his children to college. Is this man rich? Maybe not. But is he successful? Absolutely. He used what he had. He kept going and created a better future for his family. That is what a true winner does. Second story. Now think about a young woman who is very shy. For many years, she is afraid to speak in public. She stays quiet and hides her ideas because she thinks her voice is not good enough. But one day she decides to change. She starts small. She speaks a little during small meetings. She joins a speaking club to practice. She makes mistakes, but she does not stop. After 2 years of practice, she gives a speech in front of 200 people. For her, this is a huge success. She may not be famous, but she is a winner. Why? Because she faced her fear and grew stronger. Third story. Let's look at one more example. Imagine a teenager who wants to pass a very difficult exam. While other kids are playing games or watching TV, he studies every day. Even when he is tired, he keeps going. He focuses on his goal. He practices a lot and does not give up. When the exam day comes, he passes with a great score. For him, this is success. He worked hard and made his dreams come true. That is what a winner does. All these stories show us that success is about effort, courage, and patience. It is not about winning a prize or having a lot of money. Success is about working hard, learning from mistakes, and never giving up. So remember, your life is your own journey. Your success will look different from others, and that is okay. What matters most is that you keep moving forward, step by step. Today, we talked about what success really means and how winners think. We learned that winners do not give up when things get hard. They see problems as chances to grow. They believe in themselves and keep trying even after failing. If you want to be successful, start by thinking like a winner. Believe that you can improve and learn every day. Set small goals for yourself and work towards them little by little. Thank you for listening today. I hope these stories inspire you to keep going no matter what. Remember, success is your own story. You are the winner of your own life. Now, let's talk about one more example of success. Imagine a teenager who wants to pass a very difficult exam. While other kids are playing games or watching TV, this teenager studies every day. Even when he feels tired, he keeps going. He studies for weeks, months, maybe even years. He works hard and never gives up. Finally, he passes the exam and gets into the school or job he has always dreamed of. This is also success. This is also being a winner. It's someone who stays focused, works hard, and does not quit, even when life is difficult. So, as you can see, success is not always about money, fame, or being perfect. Success is about progress. It is about getting a little better every day. It is about not giving up when you fall. It is about trying again, even when you feel tired, scared, or unsure of yourself. A winner is not always the fastest person or the smartest. A winner is someone who keeps showing up, someone who keeps trying, someone who gives their best effort again and again. Now, I want to ask you a very important question. What does success mean to you? Take a moment and think about it. Is success for you learning English? Or is it finding a good job? Maybe it is being a good parent, a kind friend, or a helpful neighbor. Or perhaps success means living a peaceful life or helping others in need. There is no wrong answer. Your definition of success is your own. And your journey towards success is just as valuable as anyone else's. So, as we continue with this episode, I want you to remember something very clearly. You don't have to be rich to be successful. You don't have to be famous to be successful. You don't have to be perfect to be a winner. You just need to keep going. You need to keep learning. You need to keep believing that growth is always possible. Every small step you take matters. Every effort you make brings you closer to your own version of success. And that is what being a winner is really about. Now, let's talk about something very important, the way winners think. Many people believe that successful people are just lucky. Some say, oh, they are rich because their family is rich. Or, they got success because they had connections or good luck. But the truth is different. Successful people think differently. Their minds work in special ways that help them succeed. Understanding how winners think can help you too. In the next part of this episode, we will learn how winners see problems, how they react when things go wrong, and how they keep going when others might stop. Are you ready? Let's discover the mindset of winners and how you can think like them too. Many people think that successful people are just lucky. Some say they are rich because their family gave them money, or they are successful because they were born talented. Others might think, well, they were just born special, not like me. But that is not true. The real difference between successful people and others is not money. It is not family background. It is not even natural talent. The real difference is inside their mind. The way we think every day shapes our life. This way of thinking is called a mindset. A mindset is simply the way you see yourself and the world around you. You can think of it like a pair of glasses. If your glasses are dirty, everything looks dark, unclear, and difficult. But if your glasses are clean, you can see clearly and with more hope. The same is true for your mindset. If your mindset is negative, it is very hard to grow or succeed. But if your mindset is positive and open, you can do much, much more. Psychologists, people who study the mind, talk about two main types of mindset, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. These ideas were explained by a famous psychologist named Carol Dweck. Don't worry about the big name. We will keep everything very simple. First, let's look at the fixed mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that nothing can really change. They think, I'm either smart or I'm not. I can do this or I can't. If I fail, it means I'm not good enough. For example, imagine a student who gets a bad grade in English. If that student has a fixed mindset, they might say, I'm just bad at English. I'll never be good at it. Then, they might stop trying to improve. That is the fixed mindset. Now, let's look at the opposite, the growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe something very different. They believe that they can improve with time, practice, and effort. If they don't know something today, they think that's okay. I can learn it tomorrow. If they fail, they don't give up forever. Instead, they learn from the failure. They try again and they grow stronger. Let's take the same example. A student gets a bad grade in English. But this time, with a growth mindset, the student thinks, I didn't do well this time, but I can practice more and get better. They keep studying and working hard. Over time, they improve. This way of thinking helps winners succeed. It helps them see failure not as something bad, but as a chance to learn and grow. So remember, your mindset is very powerful. It can either help you or hold you back. The good news is that you can change your mindset. You can choose to think in a way that helps you grow. In the next part of this episode, we will talk more about how to develop a growth mindset and how winners use this way of thinking every day. Are you ready to keep learning? Let's continue. The student with a growth mindset says, "This is not the result I wanted, but now I know what I need to improve. I will try harder next time." That is the mindset of a winner. So, when we say winners think differently, we mean that they choose a growth mindset. They don't give up when life gets hard. They don't stop just because they make mistakes. In fact, winners see mistakes as a natural part of learning. For them, failure is not the end. Failure is just feedback. It is a lesson that helps them get better. Let's look at some real-life examples. Example 1. Business. Think about someone who wants to start a small business. At first, it is not easy. Maybe their first idea doesn't work. Maybe they even lose money. A person with a fixed mindset might say, "I failed. I'm not good at this. I should stop." But a person with a growth mindset thinks differently. They say, "Okay, this didn't work. But I learned something important. Next time, I'll do it better." This way of thinking helps them keep moving forward. Step by step, they become successful. Example 2. Sports. The same is true in sports. A new player might lose many games in the beginning. A fixed mindset says, "I'm just not good at this. I should quit." But a growth mindset says, "What can I do better next time?" So, they talk to coaches, practice more, watch their mistakes, and slowly improve. Every loss becomes a step toward winning. Positive thinking is another very important part of how winners think. Now, positive thinking does not mean winners are always happy or always smiling. No, winners feel sad, tired, and frustrated just like everyone else. But the difference is they don't let negative thoughts control their life. When something bad happens, they don't just sit and complain. They look for a solution. When they feel fear, they still take action. They tell themselves, "I can do this. I am learning. I will grow stronger." This kind of self-talk gives them strength. Positive thinking helps them keep going, even when times are tough. So, winners think with a growth mindset and positive thinking. They see challenges as chances to learn. They believe in their ability to improve. They don't stop after failure. Instead, they use failure to become stronger. If you want to be a winner, start by changing how you think. Try to see mistakes as lessons. Talk to yourself with kind and encouraging words. Remember, success comes from trying again and again. In the next part of this episode, I will share simple habits winners build to stay strong and keep growing. Are you ready to learn more? Let's continue this journey. Positive thinking is also about believing that the future can be better. Even when today is hard or difficult, winners believe that tomorrow can improve if they keep going. Winners don't have all the answers. This is something very important to understand. Winners don't always know what will happen next. They don't always have a perfect plan. But here is the difference. They believe in their ability to face whatever comes. They tell themselves, "I may not have all the answers today, but I can find them." This belief gives them courage. Instead of stopping or giving up, winners keep moving forward, one small step at a time. And here's something really interesting. This way of thinking is not magic. It is not something you are born with. It is actually a skill. And like any skill, you can learn it. You can train your mind to think like a winner. It starts with very small changes in your thoughts. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I can try." Instead of saying, "I'm not smart," say, "I can learn." Instead of saying, "I always fail," say, "I'm still learning and I will get better." These small changes may seem simple, but over time, they make a huge difference. So the next time you face a problem, stop for a moment and ask yourself, how can I think like a winner in this situation? Maybe it means looking for the lesson. Maybe it means staying calm. Maybe it means trying again even after failing. Whatever it is, always remind yourself, growth is possible. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Remember this, successful people are not superhuman. They're normal people just like you. The only difference is that they train their mind to think in a powerful way. They choose growth. They stay positive. And they never stop learning. Habits of successful thinkers. Now, let's go a little deeper. Let's talk about the thinking habits of successful people. Because here is the truth, the way we think every day slowly builds who we are. It shapes our actions, our feelings, and our future. Our thinking becomes our habit. And our habits shape our actions. Over time, our actions shape our life. That's why it's very important to pay attention to our thinking habits. If we learn to think like successful people, we are more likely to act like them and reach our goals. So, what kind of habits do successful thinkers have? How do winners think in their daily life? Let's look at 5 simple but powerful habits that you can start practicing too. Habit 1. They focus on goals. Winners are clear about what they want. They don't just live day by day without a plan. They know their goal and think about it often. This clear vision helps them stay focused. It protects them from getting lost in small problems. For example, imagine a student who dreams of becoming a nurse. Every day, even when her classes are hard or when she feels tired, she reminds herself, "I want to become a nurse." This goal gives her motivation. It helps her plan her day better. She studies harder. She avoids distractions. And she keeps going because her goal is clear in her mind. Habit 2. They learn from mistakes. Successful people don't hate mistakes. They use mistakes as teachers. When something goes wrong, they don't give up or just blame others. Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Think about a man who starts a business but fails. Maybe he loses money. Maybe he makes poor choices. A fixed mindset would say, "I quit." But a successful thinker reflects. He says, "Okay, I see what I did wrong. Next time, I'll do it better." This habit turns every mistake into a lesson. Over time, these lessons make him smarter, stronger, and closer to success. Habit 3. They stay calm in problems. Life is full of challenges. Things don't always go the way we want. But winners train their minds to stay calm. They don't let panic take over. They don't waste energy on anger. Instead, they stop, take a breath, and think clearly. When a problem comes, winners don't react too quickly or angrily. They stay calm to find the best solution. This helps them make better decisions and not make the problem worse by acting without thinking. Habit 4. They take responsibility. Winners take responsibility for their actions and their life. They don't blame others or make excuses. When things go wrong, they ask themselves, "What can I do to fix this?" They focus on what they can control, not what they can't. For example, if a student fails a test, a winner will think, "What can I do to prepare better next time?" They don't say, "The teacher is unfair," or "The test was too hard." They take control of their learning and work to improve. Habit 5. They keep learning every day. Successful people never stop learning. They know that growth comes from learning new things. They read books, watch videos, ask questions, and practice new skills. Even small daily steps add up to big progress over time. Imagine a person learning English. Every day, they listen to a podcast, read a few pages, or practice speaking with a friend. It may seem small, but over months and years, this habit helps them become confident and fluent. Staying calm and thinking clearly when life gets difficult, how you react matters a lot. Winners learn to stay calm and think clearly in tough moments. For example, imagine a teacher who has prepared a big online class. Suddenly, the internet stops working. A negative thinker might get angry or frustrated and maybe even cancel the class. But a winner stays calm. She takes a deep breath and looks for a solution. Maybe she uses her phone's data connection, or perhaps she switches to writing on a whiteboard instead of talking. Instead of giving up, she stays calm, finds a way, and keeps going. This ability to stay calm helps winners solve problems instead of making them worse. The role of self-belief and confidence, two very important words in the mindset of winners, are self-belief and confidence. These two are closely related, and both describe how much you trust yourself and your abilities. Without self-belief and confidence, it's very hard to grow, try new things, or move forward in life. So, what do these words really mean? What is self-belief? Self-belief means that you trust you are capable. You believe that you can learn new things, improve yourself, and handle the challenges life brings. Self-belief doesn't mean you think you are perfect or that you never make mistakes. It means that deep inside, you trust yourself to figure things out step by step. Maybe you don't know how to do something right now, but you believe that with time and effort, you will learn how. What is confidence? Confidence is very similar to self-belief. Confidence is the feeling you have when you say, "Yes, I can do this," or even, "I'm not sure yet, but I'm willing to try." Confidence helps you take action even when something is difficult or new. Without confidence, many people stay stuck. They don't try new jobs. They don't speak up in class. They don't follow their dreams. But with confidence, people take steps. They speak. They act. They learn. And even if they fail, they don't stop because they trust that they will get better. Building self-belief like a muscle here is something very important to understand. Self-belief is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Just like a muscle in your body grows stronger when you exercise it, your self-belief grows stronger when you use it. Every time you try something new, face a challenge, or keep going after a failure, you are exercising your self-belief. Imagine a child learning to ride a bike. At first, they may fall many times. But each time they get back on and try again, their confidence and self-belief grow. Soon, they are riding without help. The same is true for any skill or goal in life. Your belief in yourself grows as you practice and keep going. Building self-belief step by step, the more small actions you take, the stronger your self-belief becomes. Think about learning English. If you are afraid to speak and stay silent all the time, your confidence stays small. But if you start speaking just one sentence a day, your confidence begins to grow. After a few weeks or months, you start feeling stronger inside. Things that once seemed scary become normal and easier. This is the power of practice. One very useful way to build self-belief is by taking small steps. Many people try to do big things all at once. And when they fail, they feel bad and give up. But winners understand that big success begins with small steps. For example, if you want to run 5 kilometers, you don't start by running all 5 on the first day. You begin by walking, then jogging, and slowly increase your distance. The same is true for learning. If you want to improve your English, start with small goals. Read 1 page a day. Speak 1 sentence a day. Ask 1 question a day. These steps may seem small, but they are very powerful. Every small step builds your belief in yourself. Positive self-talk. Another important technique to build self-belief is positive self-talk. This means the way you talk to yourself inside your mind. Many people say negative things like, "I'm not good at this," or "I always fail." But this kind of thinking makes self-belief weaker and stops you from growing. Successful thinkers do something different. They talk to themselves in a kind and helpful way. They say things like, "I can learn this," or "It's okay to make mistakes," or "I'm getting better every day." These small positive thoughts may seem simple, but over time they make a big difference. Keep track of your progress. You can also try writing down your small successes. At the end of each day, think about something you did well, even if it was very small. Maybe you answered a question in class. Maybe you said hello to someone in English. Maybe you studied for 10 minutes. Write it down. Look at your progress. Remind yourself that you are growing. This simple habit helps you see how far you've come. It gives you proof that your small efforts are working. When you feel discouraged, reading your list can give you strength and motivation to keep going. Why small steps matter. Small steps are not just easier, they are powerful because they build a strong foundation. Just like building a house starts with laying bricks one by one, building success starts with small actions every day. These small steps create good habits. Good habits become strong habits. And strong habits shape your life. So, don't worry if your progress seems slow. Every small effort matters. Every sentence you speak, every page you read, and every mistake you learn from helps you grow. Keep practicing, keep trying, and keep believing in yourself. Building self-belief and confidence. This habit of noticing your small successes will help you trust yourself more and more. And here is one more very important point. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. If you are always around negative people who say you can't do something, it's very hard to build confidence. But if you spend time with people who encourage you, who say you can do it, and who believe in your potential, your self-belief will grow much faster. So remember, self-belief and confidence are not gifts that come from nowhere. They are skills you can practice every single day. Take small steps. Use positive self-talk. Write down your progress. Choose supportive people to be around. Bit by bit, you will start to feel stronger inside. And once you truly believe in yourself, nothing can stop you from moving forward. Common challenges and how winners handle them. Everyone faces challenges. No matter who you are or where you live, challenges are part of life. Even the most successful people in the world feel fear, experience failure, and sometimes face rejection. The difference is not that winners avoid these problems. No, the difference is how they handle them. Winners don't let fear stop them. They don't let failure break them. And they don't let rejection make them feel worthless. Instead, they see these challenges as part of the journey. They understand that growth always comes with difficulties. In this part, we will talk about 3 big challenges: fear, failure, and rejection. We will see how winners deal with them in smart and strong ways. 1. Facing fear. Everyone feels fear. Fear is a normal human emotion. We feel afraid when we try something new, when we speak in public, when we take a risk, or when we think we might fail. But winners understand something very important. Fear is not a stop sign. Fear is just a signal. Fear means you are growing. Fear means you are stepping outside your comfort zone. For example, if you are scared to speak English in front of others, it means you are pushing yourself to improve. Instead of running away from fear, winners use it as a sign that they are on the right path. When fear comes, they take a deep breath, remind themselves it's okay to feel afraid, and then take a small step forward anyway. This way, fear becomes less scary and confidence grows stronger. Facing fear. Continued. For example, imagine someone who wants to move to another country for work. Of course, they feel afraid. It's a big change: new language, new people, new culture. Fear is natural. But instead of saying, "I can't do this, it's too scary," they think, "Yes, I feel afraid, but I can prepare. I can learn. I can take one step at a time." And then they take action. That is how winners face fear. They don't wait until the fear goes away, because fear never disappears completely. Instead, they move forward with fear. They act even when they are afraid. Step by step, the fear becomes smaller while their confidence grows bigger. 2. Learning from failure. The second big challenge is failure. Many people are so afraid to fail that they never even try. They think, what if I make a mistake? What if I look silly? What if I don't succeed? So, they stay in the same place. But winners think differently. They know that failure is not the end. It's just a part of learning. Failure is feedback. Think about Thomas Edison, the man who invented the electric light bulb. He failed not once, not twice, but thousands of times. But he didn't stop. He didn't call himself a failure. He said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset is powerful. It turns failure into progress. When winners fail, they don't feel ashamed. They don't give up. Instead, they ask themselves questions like, what went wrong? What can I do better next time? What did this failure teach me? Failure makes them curious, not hopeless. Because of this, every failure makes them stronger, smarter, and closer to success. 3. Handling rejection. The third challenge is rejection. Rejection means someone says no to you. Maybe you don't get the job you wanted. Maybe someone doesn't like your idea. Maybe you apply for a course or a program and they don't accept you. Rejection hurts. It can make you feel sad, disappointed, or even worthless. But winners understand that rejection is not a reflection of their true value. It is just a part of life. Instead of giving up, winners use rejection as a chance to learn and grow. They ask themselves, why was I rejected? What can I do differently? Where can I improve? They keep trying, adjusting, and looking for new opportunities. Remember, even the most famous and successful people have faced rejection many times. What made them winners was their ability to keep going despite the no's. They believed in themselves and stayed focused on their goals. Winners don't let rejection destroy their confidence. They know rejection is part of life. They know it happens to everyone, even the most successful people in the world. Take the example of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter books. Today, her books are loved by millions of people. But do you know what happened in the beginning? Her book was rejected by 12 different publishers. 12 times people told her, no, this won't work. Imagine if she had given up after the first or second rejection. The world would never have read her stories. But she didn't give up. She kept going until someone finally said yes. That's the power of persistence, the decision to keep moving even when others close the door. How you can handle these challenges how can you handle fear, failure, and rejection in your own life? Let's make it simple with some easy tips. When you feel fear, take small actions. Don't wait to feel ready. Start with something simple. For example, if you are afraid to speak English, don't wait until you are perfect. Start with one sentence. Then try two, then more. Action reduces fear. The more you do, the braver you feel. When you face failure, change your questions. Instead of asking, why am I so bad at this? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of saying, I failed again, say, I learned something new again. The lesson you take from failure is more important than the failure itself. When you face rejection, remember it's not the end. Rejection does not mean you are not good enough. It only means that this opportunity was not the right one, not the right time, or not the right place. Winners don't stop after one no. They keep looking until they find the right yes. So remember this. Fear, failure, and rejection happen to everyone. You cannot avoid them, but you can choose how to respond to them. Winners choose courage instead of fear. They choose growth instead of giving up. They choose to keep moving forward, step by step, no matter what. When things go wrong, winners don't feel ashamed. They don't give up. Instead, they choose to learn and keep trying. The good news is you can do this too. Step by step, you can teach your mind to think like a winner, even when life is hard. When something bad happens, don't ask yourself, why did this happen to me? Instead, ask, what can I learn from this? This small change can make a big difference. When you ask, why me? You feel weak and like a victim. But when you ask, what can I learn? You become stronger. You start to see failure not as something bad, but as a lesson. You can even write down what you learn in a notebook. Keep it simple. For example, you might write, next time, I will prepare earlier, or I need to practice more. Then try again with your new plan. Every time you do this, you are not failing. You are getting better. Remember, failing is not about you. It doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means that something didn't work this time. That's all. Now, let's talk about rejection. Rejection happens when someone says no to you. Maybe you don't get the job you wanted. Maybe someone doesn't like your idea. Maybe you apply for a course or a program and they don't accept you. Rejection hurts. It can make you feel sad or unwanted. But here is the truth. Rejection does not decide how valuable you are. It does not mean you are not good enough. It only means that this was not the right opportunity, or it was not the right time for you. Think about this. Every successful person has heard no many times. They didn't stop. They kept trying. They kept learning and improving. And finally, they got a yes. That is the important part. You only need one yes, and it will come if you don't give up. It also helps to talk about your feelings with someone you trust. Talk to a friend, a teacher, or a family member. Sometimes just saying your problems out loud can make you feel better. Don't hide your challenges. Everyone has them. Talking about your struggles can make them easier to handle. Feeling fear, failing, or being rejected does not make you weak. It actually makes you stronger. And here's something very important. Celebrate your courage. When you face your fear, try again after failing or keep going after being rejected. Stop for a moment and be proud of yourself. You are doing what winners do. You are building a strong mind, one challenge at a time. Now, let's talk about how to think like a winner every day. You might wonder, how can I really do this? How can I build a winner's mindset in my daily life? The good news is you don't have to wait for something big to happen. You can start right now with simple habits. Here are some easy tips to begin. 1. Start your day with a plan. Many people wake up and just go through their day without a clear direction. They react to whatever happens. But winners don't do that. Winners take a few minutes in the morning to think, what are the most important things I want to do today? You don't need a long list. Just pick 2 or 3 goals. Maybe you want to study English for 20 minutes, finish a task at work, or call a family member. Having a plan makes your day clear and focused. You don't waste time thinking about what to do next because you already know. That's how winners move forward with purpose. 2. Be thankful for small things. Gratitude or thankfulness is a secret power of winners. Why? Because it helps your mind focus on what is good instead of what is missing. Every day, try to notice small positive things. Maybe it's a tasty meal, a smile from a stranger, or simply having the internet to listen to this message. You can write down 1 to 3 things you are grateful for before going to sleep. This simple habit keeps your mind strong and positive. And a positive mind is the foundation of a winner's mindset. 3. Speak kindly to yourself. This might sound strange, but it's very important. The way we talk to ourselves inside our heads affects how we feel and act. If you always say things like, I can't do this, or I'm not good enough, it makes it harder to believe in yourself. But winners talk to themselves in a kind and helpful way. They say things like, I can try, it's okay to make mistakes, or I'm getting better every day. Speaking kindly to yourself builds your confidence and helps you keep going, even when things are hard. The way we talk to ourselves inside our heads is very important. Many people often say negative things like, I'm not good at this, or I always fail. Imagine if your best friend said these things to you every day. You wouldn't feel very confident, right? So why say them to yourself? Winners don't talk like that. Instead, they use kind and encouraging words when they think about themselves. They say things like, I'm learning, I'm improving, or I can try again. These words might seem small, but they create strong energy inside you. When you speak kindly to yourself, you give yourself the power to keep moving forward. Winners understand that words are powerful. The words you say to yourself can either break your confidence or build it up. That's why winners choose to use kind and supportive words. They say things like, I'm learning, I did my best today, or next time, I'll try again. You can do this too. Start by paying attention to your thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, like, I'm terrible at this, or I'll never succeed, pause and take a deep breath. Then change that thought into something kind and helpful. For example, instead of saying, I can't do this, say, this is hard right now, but I can get better if I keep trying. Treat yourself like you would treat a good friend, with care, support, and kindness. Another important idea is, don't give up easily. It's normal to feel tired, frustrated, or even hopeless sometimes. Everyone feels that way, even the most successful people. But winners don't stop just because things are difficult. They might take a break or rest, but they always come back and try again. Let's look at an example. Imagine you are learning English and you find a grammar rule that feels confusing. You might think, I'll never get this. But a winner changes that thought. They say, this is difficult for me right now, but if I keep working at it, I will understand it soon. When you do this, you are helping yourself to keep growing. Understanding things bit by bit is the way winners grow. Every winner in history has faced moments when they felt like giving up. But what made the difference was their decision to keep going. They didn't stop, even when it was hard. You can do the same. Remember, you're stronger than you think. The tips we talked about might sound small or simple, but they are very powerful. If you use them every day, they can change how you think and feel. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to keep trying and showing up. Start your day with a plan. Decide 2 or 3 important things you want to do. It could be studying English for 20 minutes, finishing a task, or calling a family member. Having a plan helps you focus and use your energy well. Look for small things to be thankful for each day. Gratitude is a secret power of winners. It helps your mind see what is good instead of what is missing. You can write down 1 or 3 things you are grateful for before going to sleep. This simple habit keeps your mind strong and positive. A positive mind is the foundation of a winner's mindset. Speak kindly to yourself. The way you talk to yourself matters a lot. Many people say negative things like, I'm not good at this, or I always fail. Imagine if your best friend said those things to you every day. You wouldn't feel very confident. So, don't say them to yourself. Instead, use kind and supportive words like, I'm learning, I'm improving, or I can try again. These small words create powerful energy inside you and help you keep moving forward. Don't give up easily. Everyone feels tired or frustrated sometimes, even the most successful people. But winners don't stop just because things are hard. They might take a break, but they always come back and try again. For example, if you are learning English and find a grammar rule confusing, instead of thinking, I'll never get this, say, this is hard right now, but I will understand it if I keep trying. This mindset helps you keep growing. You're stronger than you think. The small tips we shared can make a big difference if you practice them every day. You don't need to be perfect. Just keep trying and showing up. Wake up with a plan. Be thankful for small things. Speak kindly to yourself. Stay strong when things get tough. These are the daily habits of winners. The best part is you can learn these habits too. So don't just listen to these ideas, try them out. Pick one small habit today. Maybe it's writing down your goals for the day. Maybe it's saying one kind sentence to yourself in the mirror. Do it today, then do it again tomorrow. Over time, these small actions will build your winner's mindset. Each step you take brings you closer to the person you want to become. Remember, thinking like a winner isn't about being the best in the world. It's about becoming your best, step by step, day by day. It's about the choices you make, your attitude, and your thoughts. You already have the power inside you. Now, it's time to use it. We're now coming to the end of today's talk. Let's review everything we've discussed. This has been a deep and important topic, the psychology of winners. I hope you found it helpful, simple, and inspiring. Let's quickly look at the main ideas again. First, we learned what a winner really is. A winner isn't just someone who wins trophies, makes a lot of money, or becomes famous. A real winner is someone who keeps growing, keeps learning, and never gives up. Success looks different for everyone, and that's okay. Success is different for everyone. It's not just about money, trophies, or fame. True success is about your own goals, your values, and your personal journey in life. What matters most is becoming the best version of yourself, step by step. In this journey, winners think differently from others. They don't believe they need to be perfect or that they were born knowing everything. Instead, they believe in something called a growth mindset. This means they believe they can improve and grow through effort and practice. When winners face problems, they don't give up. They don't say, "I'm not good enough." Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" or "How can I do better next time?" Even when they make mistakes, they don't stop. They try again. This mindset helps them keep moving forward no matter what. We also learned about the daily habits that help build a winner's mindset. These are small actions that anyone can do. For example, setting clear goals each day, learning from mistakes instead of being upset, staying calm during hard times, asking for help when needed, trying to learn something new every day. These may sound simple, but when you practice them every day, they make a big difference. Over time, they help you become more focused, more confident, and stronger inside. We also talked about self-belief and confidence. These are two very important parts of how winners think. Winners believe in themselves, even when things are hard or confusing. They don't need to feel perfect to take action. They take small steps, and they celebrate every little bit of progress. Confidence isn't something you are born with. It's not like waking up one day and suddenly feeling brave. Confidence is something you build slowly. Every time you try something new, every time you succeed, even in a small way, your confidence grows. Step by step, you begin to trust yourself more. Of course, winners also face difficult times. They feel fear. Sometimes they fail. Sometimes they are told no, but here is the big difference. They don't let fear stop them. They don't let failure break them. And they don't let rejection hurt their self-worth. Instead, they learn from these challenges. Fear shows them they are growing. Failure gives them feedback. Rejection helps them look for new and better chances. Every challenge becomes a chance to grow stronger, smarter, and more ready for the next step. Finally, we talked about how to use all of this in daily life. Thinking like a winner doesn't mean you have to make big changes all at once. You don't need to do something amazing or wait for the perfect moment. You can start with small habits every day. Here are a few things you can do. Start your day with a plan. Decide on 2 or 3 small goals you want to finish. Be thankful for little things. It helps your mind stay positive and focused on what's good. Speak kindly to yourself. Don't say, "I'm terrible at this." Say, "I'm learning. I'll get better." Keep going, even when it's hard. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to keep trying. These habits may seem small, but they help you build a strong, positive mindset. That mindset is what helps you face life's challenges and grow into the person you want to be. Winners aren't born. They are made through their mindset, their habits, and their choices. You can be one of them. Start today, one step at a time. Sometimes, small actions can create big changes in your life. It may not seem like much at first, but when you repeat simple good habits every day, you slowly become stronger, more positive, and more confident. These habits are what help people think and live like winners. You can start right now. You don't have to wait for the perfect day or the perfect time. Ask yourself this question: what is one small thing I can do today to think like a winner? Maybe today, you can write down your top 3 goals. Maybe you can catch one negative thought in your mind and change it into a positive one. Maybe you can try something new, even if it feels scary or difficult. Or maybe you can remind yourself that mistakes are okay. They are part of learning and growing. You don't need to do everything at once. Just choose one small step and take it today. Remember, winners are not made in a single moment. They are made through daily choices. They become strong by choosing the right attitude again and again. And you don't have to be perfect. No one is perfect. You just need to keep trying. Every time you try, you're growing. Every step forward is a win. Every mistake is a chance to learn. You already have everything you need to grow, improve, and succeed. All it takes is belief, action, and patience. Let's practice speaking. Before we end, let's do something special, a short speaking practice. This will help you improve your English and also help you think like a winner. Below are a few simple questions. After each question, pause and try to answer it out loud. You can speak for 5 seconds or 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. The important thing is to practice speaking and thinking in English. Question 1. Who is a successful person you know? This can be someone famous, like a celebrity or an athlete. Or it can be someone from your family, your school, or your workplace. Think about what makes them successful. Is it their job? Their kindness? Their strength? What do you admire about them? Question 2. What does success mean to you? There is no right or wrong answer. Success means different things to different people. For some people, success is having a good job. For others, it's being happy, helping others, or learning new things. What is your personal meaning of success? Try to explain it in your own words. This speaking practice is just for you. Don't worry about grammar or being perfect. Just try your best. The more you speak, the better you get. The most important message from everything we talked about is this: you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Small daily actions. A positive mindset. Believing in yourself. This is what builds success. Not in one day, but little by little every day. So start today. Think like a winner. Act like a winner. And remember, you already have the power inside you. Now, let's take a moment to reflect. I will ask you some questions to help you think and speak like a winner. These questions are for your practice. You can pause after each question and try to speak your answers out loud. Don't worry about grammar or pronunciation. Just try your best. Every time you speak, you improve. Question 1. Who is someone you think is successful? It could be a famous person or someone in your family, school, or community. Think about why you see them as successful. Is it because they work hard? Help others? Stay strong during problems? Say their name and explain why they inspire you. Question 2. What does success mean to you? Everyone has a different idea of success. For some, it's having a good job or earning money. For others, it's being happy, learning new things, or helping people. What does success mean in your life? Try to explain in your own words. Question 3. What do you usually do when you make a mistake? Everyone makes mistakes. That's normal. But how do you respond? Do you feel upset or angry? Or do you try to learn from it? Share your experience. What helps you move forward after making a mistake? Question 4. What is one small habit you can start today to think like a winner? Maybe you can start writing your goals every morning. Maybe you'll speak one English sentence each day. Or maybe we'll say something kind to yourself when you feel low. Think of one small, simple habit and describe it. Question 5. Have you ever felt fear or failed at something? What did you do? Think of a time when you felt scared or when something didn't go the way you hoped. Did you try something new that was difficult? Did you fail a test or miss a goal? What did you do afterward? Did you try again? What did you learn from that experience? Take your time with each answer. Even short answers are okay. What matters is that you practice thinking in English and speaking out loud. This is how you build confidence and fluency. Thank you so much for being with me today in this episode of Speak English Easily 24/7. I hope today you didn't just learn about success and how winners think, but also got the chance to practice your English, your listening, speaking, and thinking. This podcast is made to help you grow, not only in English, but in life. Always remember, thinking like a winner is a skill. You can practice it every day. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going. Small steps bring big results. So keep believing in yourself. Stay positive. Be patient with your progress. And never stop moving forward. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and keep thinking like a winner. You've got this. Take care, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.